All right. And as a special treat for my friend J Mike, and thanks
Yay.
for him being here this week, I'm going to play a game of chess while you talk to Otangelo. Welcome, Otangelo. How you doing?
Yes, hello, Matt. Hello, J. Mike. How are you guys doing? Okay, here is my argument. Creating a translation dictionary, for example, of English to Chinese requires always a translator that understands both languages. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but I already know what you're probably going to do. I don't read minds like Matt doesn't either, but I've heard this already, and it's not going to be analogous from my perspective, but continue.
Yes, it is analogous. That is analogous to what we see in biology, where the ribosome translates the words of the genetic language composed of 64 codon words to the language of proteins composed of 20 amino acids.
Let me stop you there so we can have a dialogue. A ribosome has somewhere around like 82 parts, essential part being an RNA molecule. So given that, the particular core of the ribosome, which is self-replicating ribosome, isn't that relevant before you continue?
No, I'm not talking about the ribosome. I am talking about that the fact.
I'm gonna interject here. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to interject because J Mike's completely correct. This is not analogous, and I can prove that it's analogous with 2 words: enigma machine. An entirely mechanical process where the translation does not understand, the translator doesn't understand anything. This, when you have a chemical process, it is following a mechanical process, similar to the enigma machine, which you enter your information and a mechanical process that does not understand it, and the person entering the information does not necessarily have to understand it, and the person decoding does not necessarily understand it. The translation machine follows a mechanical process that translates one set of instructions into another that can then be decoded by another enigma machine that also does not understand it. So, Otangelo, thank you for ending the show with a demonstration that you are going to come up with analogies that are not analogous, because this is the problem when you look at biology as if it's a code that requires an intelligence to translate. Yep. You are debunked by 2 words: enigma machine.
And the fact that none of the literature or academia, you're going to find that the code is from, if we call it a code, you're not going to find that it's referenced from one intelligent thing to another, which is what you're trying to do.
Yep.
And you miss out on the fact, like we've had a conversations, like a 2-hour conversation with Otangelo, if people can go find it. He doesn't, also part of the argument, we have things like amino acid codons that assignments that are going to be switching right on occasion throughout life. And that doesn't require a design. I mean, it seems to fit the bill of something that would naturally evolve. But yeah, maybe, I don't know if we let you respond before we close out, or how you want to do that, Matt.
No, he's done.
He's done. Okay.
He's done. Yeah, no. That's the thing is, I'm happy to actually have them present their arguments. Sometimes you can do an easy debunking of it. It's like, oh, here's the problem in your argument. Like the person who called in who didn't have a particularly good definition of God, or defined God in such a way that the argument becomes circular. And people like that who recognize, wow, I made a mistake. Let me go off and reformulate this. Let me come back with something else. Those people are more than welcome to call back. Otangelo is going to sit here and deny until he's blue in the face that my rebuttal was actually a rebuttal, because he's so dedicated to this notion that, oh, no, this is the way it works. And this, there has to be an intelligence behind this. There has to be. And even when you provide an example of something that's not an intelligence, this is purely mechanical, which is how we would describe the chemistry involved in replicating DNA. It's like, oh, no. And on that note, we have reached the end of J Mike's first time on AXP.